Hello friends, this is Abhijit Pawar. Today we are going to see the lab on server storage services. In this lab, we are going to see the five things which are there. This is related with the disk. When you attach a disk, the first step what you have to do is initialize the disk by selecting a type of partitioning, that is either GPT or MBR. And once the disk is initialized, it is ready to use, and then we can go on with the next process of creating the volume. Then we will see how to extend the volume to increase the size of the volume. Then we will see how to shrink the volume size, so how we can decrease the size of the volume which is already there. And then last step we will see how to delete the volume which we have created. So let's start with the first step of initializing the disk. So we have attached one 20 GB hard disk in this machine, and we are in the server manager dashboard. So click on tools, select computer management. In computer management window on the left hand side you can see disk management. So click on disk management. Once you click on disk management, it will display you the window of initialization the disk. So it has detected a disk is there, a new hard disk which is connected, and you have to initialize it before you can access it. So it is asking you for the partitioning type. I am selecting the MBR as it is. So I will say OK. Once you say OK, now you can see that all the other partitions are also there, and this disk which we have added, a new hard disk which is connected, now it is initialized with the MBR partitioning type, and now we can create the volumes on it. So to create a volume, that is the second practical what we are going to see is creating the volume on the unallocated space. Just right click on the unallocated space, click on new simple volume, click next. Now it is showing me that there is 20,477 MB available, that is 20 GB is available. So out of that I will select maybe 10,000 MB. I will say next. It is asking me that whether you want to assign the drive later to this volume as E. So I will keep as it is. Next. It will ask you to format the volume, which settings you want to use for the formatting. So you can select the type of file system. So I will go with NTFS, and then perform the quick format. Immediately it will be formatted once the volume is created. So next, read the summary which is given over there. If it is correct, click on finish. So once you click on finish, the volume is created and immediately it is formatted using the NTFS. So our partition is ready. Now we will go with the next practical, that is how to extend the volume or expand the volume size. So if you have to extend the partition, now if it is 10 GB or 9.77 GB, and there is a unallocated space available as around 10 GB. Now out of this 10, I want to use 5 GB in this volume. So I want to extend this volume by maybe 5000 MB or approximately 5 GB. So how we can extend this volume, or how we can increase the volume size? Right click on the volume. There is option called as extend volume. Click on it. Say next. Now it is asking you that select the amount of space you want to increase. This is what is available. Out of this we will select 5000. So out of the available space which is available for the expansion process, I will select only 5000 MB, that is approximately 5 GB, and I will say next and finish. So once you click on finish, now you can see the previous partition which was 9.77 is now converted into 14.65 GB. So from here, which was 10.77 something was available, we have used the 5000 MB space for this volume. So we have extended our volume size. And now if you want to shrink it, right click on the option, which is our next practical, that is how to shrink the volume. So shrinking the volume is decreasing the size of the volume. So right click that volume which you want to shrink, click on shrink volume. Then it will ask you that how much amount of space you want to shrink. So I will give the same space which we have increased. So I will give that I want to decrease the space by 5000 MB. So remove 5000 MB space from this volume and I will say shrink. So once I click on shrink, now you can see the difference. Again that 14.77 some drive was there, or that volume was there. Again it has came back to 9.77 GB and your unallocated space is increased. So this is the way we can shrink the volume size. And the last practical is the deleting the volume which you have created, or if it is existing. So this is the existing volume. I want to remove this volume. I do not want this volume. Right click on the volume which you want to delete. Say delete volume. It will say that everything on this drive will be deleted. If you are sure that you want to delete this volume without backing up anything, so click on yes. So now you can see the space is free. Everything that was created, all the volumes are removed and only unallocated space is available. So this was all about our today's practical on server storage services. We have seen all the 5 steps from initialization the disk, then the volume creation, extending the volume, shrinking the volume, and deleting the volume. So this was all about the server storage services. Thanks a lot. In next lab we will see some other things.